Hello everyone, this is Spliced, and welcome to a gear showcase video. Today I'm going to be showing two characters with their new gear, and the reason why I'm showing two instead of one in separate videos is because there is no new armor going to be shown in Season 5. They're not releasing any new armor, but they are releasing 3 new weapon sets per character, and unfortunately, as well for you guys, I was given limited steel as well, so I could only buy so many weapons for certain characters. So for the sake of that, I'm only going to be doing my 8 main characters: Warden, Lawbringer, Centurion, Gladiator, and then for the Vikings is Raider, Berserker, Highlander, and Shaman. So if you guys are looking for gear for other characters, I'm sorry I cannot deliver that. And also to add as well, I tried my best to get all 3 sets for every single character, and I got as close as possible, so there will be some pieces missing, so please bear with me on that. I do apologize. But with that being said, let's start off with the Warden. So with the Warden, we have almost 3 blades. We only have 2, but we're going to start off with the Winged Victory set. And right away, you guys can see that this set has some very nice blue gems engraved into it. And the etching on the inside the blade near the guard, as you guys can see, has a little bit of a design to it. I can't really zoom in, unfortunately. If I go to the guard, you can kind of see it a little bit better, but you can't really see it there. But it's pretty nice, you know. It's more of like a royal kind of blade. It's not really supposed to be demonic like the other ones that came out recently, or the Gilgamesh blade or anything like that. But for those who like to have the gems etched into the blade, or to make the set go well with the other pieces, this is definitely something to look forward to. Moving on, we have the Our Lady of Serenity set, and this is a pretty interesting set, to be honest. It's a pretty big blade, so this is probably more for those like royal guards, I would imagine, where they just sit and they look as big as possible to be more intimidating. Probably not as practical in battle, but it definitely will be the more intimidating factor for the lowly citizens of the of the castle. I don't know, I'm just spouting a bunch of nonsense, but it does have a very nice, good design down the middle. It does kind of remind me of a Centurion blade, but very elongated, so there's that, I guess, to look at. But that is about it for the blades. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the other piece. I am looking forward to see what might come about it, but so far, it looks like Winged Victory is the one to be going for, in my opinion. Next, we're going to be going on to the Winged Victory Hilt, and boom! Look at all this detail. Unfortunately, this is the hilt, which is the part you won't really be seeing anything of when you're holding it with the Warden. Same with like pretty much all hilts with swords and stuff like that, because when you're holding it, of course, the gauntlet is covering all of this detail, but man, does it look nice. You got the gem on the bottom, you have the blue etching going up to the next blue gem in the middle, and then you have these metal feathers that go down all over the top of the hilt, and this is one hell of a nice design, I must say. Like, tops off to the person who designed this and created this in the game. I gotta say, it is very beautiful to look at. Moving on, we have Our Lady of Serenity Hilt once again. This is more along the elegant jade, if you guys remember that from the other season. This is one of those green kind of weapons where it has the white that blends in with the green gem, and I'm not too much of a fan of it, to be completely honest. It looks more of a more of the royal and upper class kind of person, with the where they would hold the chin up high and say, "Ha, you're a lowly peasant." You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm probably just making stuff up right now, but to me, that's just kind of what I get that vibe from. It looks like something you would see in a ballroom, or like some sort of rich mansion back in the day. Not really my thing, but for those who like it, there you go. Then we have Divine Right. Now, this is something interesting. It looks like there's a crown as the hilt, to be precise. Looks like there's a crown there. It looks more like a queen's crown, not a king's crown. So this could be more of a queensman's blade as well. And there's a very interesting, if you look at it, it looks like there's like a bluish flame on the etching, but I could be wrong. Could just be some random design, but it kind of comes off as flames. So pretty interesting. Unfortunately, once again, you won't be seeing this in battle because you're going to be holding the hilt. So there you go. But in terms of like actual popping out design, once again, I have to say that the Winged Victory, man, does this just like scream eye candy? I don't know. To me, it does, at least. Moving on, we have Winged Victory Guard. Now, this is where the tipping point is for me on this one. Not really a fan of the circular part, as you can see below the blue gem. It looks a little frilly, like it's some sort of like weird dress outfit that you'd put on someone, and it kind of just makes me offset on this thing. But like I said, it does look like a pretty royalish kind of blade already, with the gems and all the like nice design that goes with it. So with that in mind, I guess I can understand that, but it kind of ruins it a bit for me, so I don't think I'm going to be using this guard in the future. But the wings on the side that protrude from the blade are very nice to look at, in my opinion. And then there's of course the multiple gems leading up to the blade. So there you guys go. It's a blue pattern blade, very nice. When all the pieces are going together, it makes the blade look very good indeed. Moving on, we have Our Lady of Serenity. Now, once again, this looks like the Elegant Jade, like they're taking a spin off of that, because it looks a lot like it. If you guys remember what that looks like, it looks like it has like a bug kind of wing to it, like there's bugs for some reason, like it's some sort of dragonfly. That's what I got the vibe off of when I looked at the Elegant Jade, or maybe even a butterfly. I can't really put my finger on it, but this is again looking like it does go along with that, as you see with the gold lines that go inside of the guard. It reminds you of a lot of the veins on the dragonfly's wings, if you guys would want to quickly Google that and take a look. It's pretty interesting. And then you have this big blue kind of gem kind of thing in the middle. It just looks like it stares into your soul for some reason. And then you have, of course, the 4 green gems, 2 on each side of the guard, and then they are surrounded by, it looks like pearls, I would have to say, maybe guess, and this looks like more of a copperish kind of blade. So for those who are looking for that, there you go. Then we have Divine Right. Now this is interesting. This is pretty interesting. If you guys have played Centurion, there is a guard called Aquila Guard, I believe it's called, and this one looks very similar to it in its own way, with at least with the winged part coming out the guard. So this is obviously a wing themed kind of blade going right now, and it looks like there's a lot of winged themed things going on this season with the winged guard right below, or the winged hilt, I should say. But nonetheless, this is a pretty big guard. It covers out a lot of the first part of the blade. So if you're using a blade that has spikes protruding from it, I'm not sure if it'll actually protrude from this part of the guard. It might even cover it up. So if you have blades like that, this might not be a good one for you. Personally, I think it's a pretty cool looking guard, because I like the shape of it, where it has a half crescent moon that kind of goes towards the player's gauntlets. I like that kind of guard. It's not practical, of course. This is all just fantasy, of course. But we're here for the cosmetics and the looks, and this one definitely looks really cool in my opinion. So that was it for the Warden. We are now going to move on to the Lawbringer, and fortunately, of course, this is going to look pretty set up, and of course, it might look like I spent a lot of steel on this character, but I must say I did get pretty lucky, and I did manage to get all 3 weapon, the blade, the shaft, and the spike with the characters. So you guys will see everything with this character right here, right now. With my main, of course. I know it looks a bit fishy, but here we go. So going on to the axe, we're starting off with Marbled Honor, and if you guys just saw the Warden, you will see that it kind of has a similar feel to it. It has the blue gems and a lot of gold etchings onto it, and wow, I gotta say, man, like this axe is just beautiful, dude. It's so beautiful. Very nice, sleek design, if you guys could see. as like along this side is very smooth, and that's what I look for when it comes to these axes. When it comes to me personally, is that when I get these axes, I like to have the smooth outer edge with the blade and just a nice curve. But then anything on the inside, that's where all the good detail needs to come in. So like this part, like this whole curve part right here is a very, very cool design. I really enjoy it. If it was just a smooth like edge, I probably would not be digging it at all, but because it's like that, it gives that kind of edgy vibe to it. But then you have these etchings on the inside, and it's a very cool pattern that just forms. And this random thing right here, I have no idea what's going on here, but it is pretty cool. You have a gem right there, and then over on the back side of the spike, it just looks like a really nasty thing to just slam on the opponent when you do a top heavy. So that is really cool axe head. I am loving this so much. So moving on, we have the Golden Eagle axe, and this one is a more of a big hulky kind of axe. As you see, it has a nice curve, very good curve, as you guys can see right here, if the thing will let me. Thank you. So it has a very nice curve going on along the edge right here, and then right here is also a very nice curve, just simple design going right in. But here is the cool part. So you have this big axe right here, and then a little tiny mini axe kind of to hold up this one. But as you can see, it looks like there's two axes, right? So if you look at it that way, it's actually pretty cool. If you look at it as a whole, not really too great, but if you look at it that way, it might actually have some new depth for you guys. If you look in here, it looks more like a flower is blooming out here, which is pretty cool. This is a very basic design in terms of like abstract etchings. It's just simple flower kind of design as far as what I'm seeing right now. And then on the back is kind of just the replication of this, but just a smaller version. Looks like it would hurt like hell if someone were to do a top heavy with this as well. So there you guys go. Golden Eagle axe looks pretty nice as well. And then we have Refined Tastes. Now, going back to the basic design, this one pretty much hones in on that. So it has a very simple curve here, and then on the back is kind of pretty simple as well. And as you can see with the shine on it, it just looks like a basic steel axe that, to be honest, don't think it would look like a legendary axe if I first looked at it, to be completely fair. But the inside looks pretty cool. It has a very nice gold etching on the front and the back. I don't really know what the design is. It looks kind of just random in my opinion. And then a simple spike right at the end. But this part right here is actually pretty cool because it looks like that it actually has more protruding from it than compared to this one, which is a lot smaller. But even though it's smaller doesn't necessarily mean that it's worse by default. If it has a good design like this awesome looking edgy ass spike that it has going on the back here, then it makes up for it. But this one is bigger and better in terms of size. So if you guys are looking for the bigger axes, this one is definitely winning in that category. Of course, this one wins the most, but in terms of unique design compared to what it already looked like in the front, then this one has that winner. So there you guys go for the axes. Let's move on to the shaft. I'm going to go briefly over this because there's not really much to say, because this is, again, the shaft is the part that no one really like looks too much at. But as you guys can quickly see, as I spin it, you see a lot of gems are etched into the weapon, which is pretty cool in my opinion. A lot of cool like little tiny blue gems that go with the theme of marbled honor. Then you have the spike at the bottom. Can't really zoom into that unfortunately, but it just looks like a basic spike with some etchings into it. Then you have you know, it just looks like a nice steel looking thing. Not really practical to hold, I'm sure. It's probably not wood, so it'd be really heavy as hell in real life. And then you have Refined Tastes shaft, and this one is more I'd say royal, more higher class. There is some gems, I believe that is gems. It's orange, yes, orange gems in the shaft all the way up. You see multiple of them. They kind of look like elevator buttons. So there you guys go. There's that as well. And then we have the Golden Eagle. Now this one looks pretty interesting. Now, but if you actually look at it this way, you might laugh a little bit. Kind of looks like wrapping paper. Has like this thing is wrapped in wrapping paper, like it's a gift you're about to give to someone. So if you look at it like that, you might not enjoy it as much, but it does have a pretty nice royal kind of feel to it. Then we have the Marbled Honor Spike, as you guys were seeing when I was looking at the axe. This is so cool. I love this so much, man. I'm trying to hold back my excitement because when I saw this first, I was already freaking out, but it's a little bit late at night, so I'm trying to keep my voice down. But as you guys can see, it has an amazing dragon head etched right into the blade. Like, this is so cool, dude. And it protrudes out. It looks like such a mean looking dragon. You have the blue gems for the eyes. You have the blue gem right here on the top of the head. Then you have the horns. And man, what a nice looking spike. And then you have this part leading up to it. Oh, dude, it is so cool. And then you have this spike going out, and it's such a big spike. And you have like, oh man, it's just amazing, dude. Like, this whole set coming together, as you guys can see with this part right here too. You have this spike, these spikes coming out this side here, and that's just epic. It's just so epic, dude. Just gotta say. So, anyways, there you guys go. That is the Marbled Honor Spike. Definitely gonna be using this in Season 5, as you guys can guess. Next, we have the Golden Eagle, and this one is funny. This one's pretty funny. I mean, they try to replicate the Marbled Honor, but man, is that eagle head fat as fuck, man. Like, I'm sorry, but that is just, it's comedically fun, like, too big. Like, I get what they're going with. It's a mean-looking eagle, man. It's pretty cool with the red gem, and honestly, it looks really cool, the design, but damn, it's fat. It's just too big. Doesn't really work, in my opinion. I like how the beak like works with the shaft and blends in. That's a really cool idea. Then you have the red spike at the top, and that is about it. The spike is cool. I like the spike. If that was with the Marbled Honor, I'd be down with that. But I think it's still a little bit too big. And then for the final, we have the Refined Tastes Spike. This one is cool, dude. The nice, perfect one only single gem right in the middle, purple, very royal looking gem. And man, this spike is mean, dude. Look at that protruding side right out the side of the spike right here, man. Jesus, what a cool looking thing, man. I'm still gonna be going with the Marbled Honor because the dragon head just wins by a landslide. But man, the Refined Taste is just very, very nice design indeed. So that is it for the Warden and the Lawbringer showcase. I will be showing off the other heroes, of course, later on. But with that being said, hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I will see you guys later.